Number system. Numbers. Today we are discussing a very simple topic, that is numbers. You all know numbers. All of us know about the numbers. If you count, you start counting from 1, 2, 3, 4. See how many chocolates I have given you? 10 chocolates. You are having 10 chocolates. How do you start counting? You start counting 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Yes or no? You start counting like 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't start counting like 0, 1, 2, 3. 0 you don't use it. You start counting like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes or no? So this is a series of number in the number system. This series of number which starts from 1 is called the natural numbers. We call it as natural numbers. Natural number is a set of numbers. It's a set of infinite set of numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that, it goes up to infinity. Up to infinity. There is no ending. There is no ending. It goes to lakhs, crores, ending. Endless. There is no end for it. So that's the reason why we go for infinity, infinite. Something which doesn't have end we call as infinite. Something which is having an end point we call as finite. So something which is not having end point is infinite. Our space is infinite. Our space is infinite. Okay, our classroom is finite, but our space is infinite. Understood all of you? So my dear friends, the natural number system is nothing but these are also called as counting numbers. They are also called as counting numbers because we use those numbers for counting. Simple. Okay, and these are also, okay, next, whole numbers. If we see, in some cases we require 0. 0 is a very important number. See, 1, 0, that is 10. Right? 0 is a very important number. 0 keeps on. For example, if I give one more 0, its value is changing from 10 to 100. If I give one more 0, its value is changing from 100 to 1000. If I keep a 0 on this side, the value is not changing. So the position of the 0, where you are putting the position, basing on that the value of the number will change. Understood? 0 will add the value. If you are putting 0 on this side, the value of the number will not change. So 0 is a very important number. And there is a story about 0, I will tell you later. So if nothing is there in a basket, if the basket is empty, how many number of marbles are there in the basket? If someone is asking, there is nothing, is there? 0. It is empty. 0 is, there is no number. Understood? 0 means it is not a, see, you can't ignore 0. You can't ignore 0. Just now I told. If you put the value 0 inside any number, its value will increase. Basing on its position what you have. So 0 is also considered into the number system. And the set of numbers which are starting from 0 we call it as whole numbers. We call it as whole numbers. Understood, my dear friends? Now, you add any number 100 plus 0. The value will be 100 only. 100 plus 0. When you add any 0 to any number, its value will not change. Its value will not change. But just now we have discussed. But if we are putting 0 beside a number, its value will change. Understood, my dear friends? So 0 is also, we want 0. So for that sake, in the whole number set, we are using 0, 1, 2, 3. So along with natural number, we added one more number, that is 0. That set we call as whole number set. I think now you understood. The next is integers. See, we are now discussing about integers. Which numbers are called integers? Which numbers we call it as integers? For example, 40 minus 60 is equal to, see, here 40 minus 60. 60 is a bigger number, 40 is a smaller number. Before 40 it is plus. So 40 minus 60 is becoming minus 20. So in this particular case, there is a value called minus is there. So such kind of number is not existing in the whole number system. Such minus is not there in natural. So now we want some numbers even which are negative. Negative numbers are also we are in need of. Because on a number line 0, plus 1, 2, 3, etc. it goes. And minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, like that it goes. So now these are called the positive integers. Plus 1, plus 2, plus 3 are called positive integers. And minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, these are called negative integers. These are called negative integers. Positive integers are important. Positive integers are nothing but again natural numbers. But here negative integers are also there. Understood my difference? Here, as we are keeping on moving, here minus 4 is less than minus 1. See, actually, if you take positive integers, 1 is less than 4. 4 is greater than 1. You know the meaning of 4 is greater than. You know the symbol. 4 is greater than 1. But here, minus 4 is less than minus 1. So in this case, minus 1 value is more than minus 4. When you keep on moving, the value will decrease. The number is increasing, but because of the negative sign, its value is less. For example, minus 10. If you take a number minus 10 and minus 20, which one is a bigger number? Minus 10 is a bigger number. Minus 20 is a smaller number. Because of the minus sign, the value of the number decreases as you are moving towards your left side. Understood, my dear? So, in this way, now we are in need of, for example, I will give one more example. For example, this is your house. You are going towards, this is a, let us take north, south, east, west. You are going 5 kilometers towards east. Then you turn back and you are moving 15 kilometers towards west. Means again you came back 5 plus another more, 10 more. So this is minus 10. Understood, my dear friends? So this side considered as, from your house all the east side is considered as positive. From your house all the west side is considered as negative. Your house is considered as 0. So in that way, when you are doing a problem, we use the integers also. We use the negative numbers also. So the knowledge of the integer is also important for us. So now my dear friends, now you have understood what is it? What is integers? In integers, plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, positive integers, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, negative integers, and 0. 0 is neither positive nor negative. 0 is neither positive nor negative. I think now you understood. Integers. I am just giving a brief discussion about the integers. Okay? Just now we have discussed about the natural numbers, about the whole numbers, about the integers. Generally it is represented by the alphabet you have seen. N, W, Z, or in some textbooks it will be represented as I. Like that. It goes on. Now, all these come under real numbers only. All these come under real numbers. See, in integers, whole numbers are there. In integers, natural numbers are there. Understood, my dear friends? So, natural number integers are the superset of whole numbers and natural numbers. Understood? So, natural number is a subset of integers. Again, I will tell you about the superset and subset later. Okay, now coming under the real numbers. Natural numbers are real numbers, whole numbers are real numbers, integers are real numbers. And all, now again we are seeing rational numbers and irrational numbers. All these can also be called as rational numbers. All these set of numbers can also be called as rational numbers. What is a rational number? What is the difference between a rational number and an integer? Irrational number. What is the difference between a rational number? Any number which can be written in the form of P by Q, means in the form of a fraction. It's called a rational number. Any number which can be written in the form of a ratio, it is called a rational number. Rational number is either terminating or recurring. Rational number is either terminating or recurring. Such kind of number we call it as rational number. What is the meaning of terminating? Terminating means, for example, if you are dividing 5 divided by 2. So, 2 2's 4, remainder is 1. Now you are putting a 0 because you are putting a decimal point here. 2 5 is 10. So, that is 0. That means, say the 2.5, the number stopped here. That is called terminating. Okay, that is stopped here because we got the remainder 0. So that is stopped there. That such kind of number we call as terminating number. That is called a terminating number. For example, when we solved, we got 2.273545796 2736. Like that, it is continuously going on. It is not terminating. Such kind of number which is not terminating, we call as irrational number. It is not stopping anywhere, neither terminating nor recurring. See, in some numbers we get dividend 3.3333. So instead of writing all threes, we write 2.3 bar. We use a bar here because it is recurring, continuously recurring. Today, madam will give you an example of recurring division. Understood, my dear? If it is either terminating or if it is recurring, then it comes under rational number. It comes under rational number and it can be written as a fraction of two numbers. If it is not terminating, it's not coming to an end, not it is not recurring. In this there is no regularity. There is no regularity. Sometimes 2.36, 36. So 36 is recurring here. 2 digits will be recurring. In some numbers, 3 digits will be recurring. No problem. We can write this as 2.36 bar. It is recurring. Then also it comes under rational number. If any number terminates or if the number is going with recurring, such kind of numbers we call as rational number. If the number is non-terminating, it is not recurring, such kind of number we call as irrational number. And the example for irrational number is generally root 2, root 3, under root of 5, all this which is not having a perfect square. Pi is also an irrational number. These are the examples. There are many examples of irrational numbers. All these numbers, they are not terminating, they are not recurring. Such kind of numbers we call as an irrational number. We use these numbers also. For example, where do we use this? On the number line. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. If it is there, you want 1.1 or 1.2 or 1.3. There are so many things. There are infinite number of numbers between any two numbers. Again, there are infinite number of numbers are there. So 1.36. So such kind of numbers in between 1 and 2, such kind of numbers, they come under rational numbers. Your integers, all these are talking only about the round figures. 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2. What happened to the decimal point? For example, when you are taking a shirt, you want 5 meters, 20 centimeters. 20 centimeters is, we call this 5.2 meters. So 5.2, 0.2 is an input. For that, we require rational number. Because we have to cover all these points in between. Every point will be covered in rational number and irrational number. Both these numbers cover all these points. There are infinite number of numbers. Between every two numbers, there are infinite number of numbers. 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.222, 1.2233. See, there is infinite you can write. Between any two numbers, there are infinite numbers. But those numbers are given in the form of rational, irrational. Now you understood what is the difference between rational number and irrational. Any number which is terminating or recurring or which can be written in the form of a ratio, Such kind of number we call as a rational number, and any number which is not terminating nor it is not recurring, such kind of number we call as a irrational number. In this number system, we use these numbers and also we use these numbers. When you are taking what is the circumference of a circle, the formula is circumference of a circle is nothing but 2 pi r. We are using pi here. Where pi is an irrational number. Understood, my dear? We use it. So all these are useful for us in our day-to-day life. That is the reason why we are studying about all these things. Now I think now you understood about what is the natural numbers, whole number, integer. Next, rational number. All these comes under rational number. Natural numbers are also part of rational number because you can write 3 as 3 by 1. You can write any number as divided by 1. It is a ratio. So my dear friends, all this comes under rational number. But all these does not come under irrational number. They don't come under irrational number. But all these set come under rational numbers. And rational number and irrational number all comes under real numbers. All these put together we call as real numbers. So in this way, this is called a number system. Now we are trying to understand the number system. మనుషులకి numbers తోటి ఏం అవసరం పడింది? Because we have to count. Wherever you go, you require numbers. You require to do any business, we require number. To measure your house, we require number. To do any task, we require numbers. That is the reason why slowly all these numbers were developed by the human beings. Understood, my dear friends? And zero is a concept that was discussed in India. And India has given a great contribution. And an Indian mathematician called Aryabhatta, he has given a best contribution to the mathematics. Indian mathematician Bhaskara, he has given a best contribution to the mathematics, development of mathematics. So my dear friends, in India, Indians are very good in mathematics. Indians blood is a good math blood. Understood, my dear? All our ancestors are good mathematicians, good astrologers. They are all mathematicians, my dear friends. Maths is there in our blood. So you are all very good in maths. Now again we are going to discuss about some more points, that is even numbers, odd numbers, prime numbers, composite numbers. Okay, what are the even numbers? Let us see what are the even numbers. Even numbers, any number which is multiple of 2 or divisible by 2. Such kind of number we call as even number. Any number which is divisible by 2 we call as even number. So for example, 222. This is an even number. Any number which is ending with the number 2, 0, 4, 6, 8. Such kind of number we call as even number. For any even number, the last digit will be any of these. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. It is even number. Understood? For example, 63 is there. The last number is 3. Is it even number or odd number? This is not an even number. It is an odd number because the last number is not 2. It is 3. I think now you are understanding what is an even number. If you divide it by 2, you have a remainder 1. 1 will be the remainder. 2 ones are 2, 3s are 6. 2 ones are 2. See, what is remaining? 1 is remaining. Understood, my dear friend? So yeah, when you are having a reminder, when you divide by 2, you are having a reminder. The remainder is not 0. Such kind of number is called an odd number. If the remainder is 0, such kind of number we call as an even number. Now I think you understood. Now, in any kind of odd number case, the last number will be 1, 3, 7, 9. Such kind of numbers will be there. Understood? Such kind of number is definitely an odd number. Got it? 271, 333, 467, 599. All these are odd numbers because they are not divisible by 2. Such kind of numbers we call this odd number, because when we divide by 2, the remainder will be 1. Such kind of number we call this odd number. Now you understood what is an even number and what is an odd number. Understood? Now we are going to see what are the prime numbers and composite numbers. This point we have to understand. For example, let me write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I am taking up to 20, you take up to 100. You do the homework up to 100. I am taking only up to 20. The number 1, it is neither prime nor composite. It is not a prime number, nor it is not a composite number. 1 is neither prime nor composite. This is very important. Now, what are called the prime numbers? If for example, I am giving an example. 4. You can write 4 as 1 into 4. You can write 4 as 2 into 2. There are 2 ways you can write 4. There are 2 ways in which you can write 4. One is 1 into 4 is 4. The second one is 2 into 2 is also 4. So what are the factors of 4? What are the factors of 4? 1 is a factor, 4 is a factor, 2 is also a factor. You can write, these are all the factors. Such kind of number which is having more number of factors, we call it as composite number. The number whose factors are only the number itself and 1 itself. 1 and number itself are the factors of it. Such kind of number we call it as a prime number. For example, the lowest prime number is 2. 2 can be written as 1 into 2. There is no other way. So 2 is a prime number. 2 is a prime number. 3 is a prime number. Is 4 a prime number? No, it is a composite number. It is a composite number. You cross it and circle like that if it is a composite number. Because 4 is having 1 is a factor, 4 is a factor, 2 is also there. So it is not a prime number. I think now you are understanding. 5 is a prime number. You can write 5 as only as 1 into 5, that's all. There is no other way. You cannot write it. You cannot write 3 in any other way other than 1 into 3, that's all. Understood? But you can write 4 as 2 into 2 also. That is the reason why it is not a prime number, it is a composite number. Now 6. In 6, my dear friends, 6 you can write as 6 into 1 or 1 into 6, both are the same, right? Or you can also write it as 3 into 2, that also is 6. So this is not a prime number because it is having 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor. Oh, it is not a prime number. It is a composite number. It is not a prime number. It is a composite number. But 7, you cannot write 7 in any other way. Only 1 into 7, that's all. It is a prime number. Now coming to 8. 8 is a composite number because you can write 8 as 1 into 8 or 4 2s are 8. This is another way you can write. So this is not a composite number because the more number of factors are there. Number and 1 itself are the factors, such kind of number we call as prime. Otherwise it is a composite number. Next 9, we can write 9 as 9 into 1 or even 3 into 3. So it is having more than 2 factors, 1 and number itself. So it is a composite number. It is not a prime number. 10 also is a composite number, 2 into 5, 1 into 10. You can write in this way. Okay, composite number. Now 11. You cannot write 11 in any other way except 1 into 11. So 11 is a prime number because there is no other way. You have to write only 11 as 11 into 1. That's all. So it is a prime number. Now 12. 12 is not a prime number. It is a composite number because you can write 12 as 12 is equal to 1 into 12, or you can also write as 6 into 2, or you can also write as 4 into 3. See, all these are the factors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12. How many are there? So 12 is not a prime number. It is a composite number. 13. Coming to 13. 13 is a, you can't write 13 in another way. Except 13 is nothing but 1 into 13. That's all. You can't write in any other way. So it is a prime number. It is a prime number. I think now you are understanding. This is a composite number because 14 you can write 1 into 14 or 2 into 7, you can write 14. So it is having more factors. So it is a composite number. 15 also you can write it as 15 is nothing but 15 into 1 or 5 into 3, you can write as 15. So if more number of factors are there, it is a composite number, it is not a prime number. This one is also a composite number because simple. 16 can be written as 16 into 1, 4 into 4, 8 into 2, all these things are there. 17, no other way. 17 has to be written as 1 into 17. So it is a prime number. It is a prime number. Yes or no? It is a prime number. 18 is a composite number because you can write as 1 into 18 or 9 into 2. 9 2s are 18, 6 3s are 18. So in that way, you can write in more ways. So it is a composite number. 19 is a prime number because you can't write in 19 in any other way except 19 into 1. So it is a prime number. 20 is a composite number. Today in that way you write for up to 100, which is a prime number. In that way you make another lines also up to 100. Then you will understand which is a composite number. Which is a prime number. The least prime number is 2 is the least even prime number. Least prime number and also only even prime number. There is no other number which is a prime number. It is the only prime number and also it is the least prime number. And these numbers are called 2, 3. These numbers are called 5, 7. Such kind of numbers we call as twin primes. Such kind of numbers we call as twin prime numbers. There is only one triplet prime numbers. I think now we understood what is the meaning of prime number. Okay? Prime number, composite number. Even number, odd number. Now we have discussed about, today's session we have discussed about what are the natural numbers, whole numbers, integers. In integers again positive integers, negative integers, 0. Next again rational numbers, irrational numbers. Coming to the rational numbers, P by Q form, either they are terminating or they are recurring. Or irrational number means it is neither terminating nor recurring. Right? Examples also we have seen. And we have seen what are the even numbers, divisible by 2, the remainder is 0. Odd number, when you divide by 2, the remainder is 1. Okay. In general, you write even number as 2n. In general, the even odd number you write as 2n plus 1. This is the general form we write. And coming to prime numbers, if they are having the number and 1 as the factors, such kind of number we call as prime number. If it is having more than one number itself, it has more factors, then it's called composite numbers. Now you understood some brief idea about the different types of numbers. Now I request all of you, all the students, please see that every day you do the operations of additions. You take the 4th class textbook, 5th class textbook and also 6th class textbook. Do all the additions. At least 20 additions every day you have to do. 20 additions because that gives you good practice. When you are adding, you know the conditions, how to add a number. If 233 is there, plus 33 or something, 63 is there, plus 5 is there. How you are going to put all these numbers? All these numbers first must be arranged properly. 233, first you have to put it. The units place under the units place, tens place under the tens place. The places must be, then you will be adding. Already you know all these things. So my dear friends, please practice additions at least 20 to 30, even more also, no problem. Your more the practice, more you become much faster. Use the textbook of 4th, 5th and 6th classes in doing this. I request all of you, please you have to do the Adi Sharma book. Tomorrow I will show you. Adi Sharma book of 6th class. Open the book, start solving, listening to your teachers. This is only useful for mentoring you, but you have to do good amount of practice. Thank you all for listening to my class. Thank you my dear friends. Tomorrow let us see.